Hi everyone. Last time we reached right here from JSX and multiple components. Today we will start exploring props and what are props and how to use them and what are technicalities behind the props, what is main agenda of the props in React, and let's get started. Props passing data to component. Props mean passing data from one component to another component to another component. In React, all UI is built upon component composition, so we need to pass a data from parent component to child component, and for that purpose, we need a props. So let's get going. Let's modify component hello as follows. Const hello props, and we got props from here in argument, and we uh, got property on props like here. We in hello component the name is passed, or we are getting name right here. So let's now function defining the component has parameter props. Okay, here's right here, and as an argument the parameter receives an object. Yeah, this object, this is props dot name, props dot whatever, which has field corresponding to all props and then dot. Okay, I think if I do a practical it will make a lot more sense. Let's see. And never forget to read uh, original props documentation provided by React, and this is also really beneficial for beginners, and we will go through this today and at the end, and we will explore today props. So let's go to code and just remove all of this previous code and this one now, and we are basically we are hitting an app component. We are here, we're calling a app component, and in app component we will pass some prop, like let's say name, or more specifically per name is equal to something like my name, and in here, right here, on a server, if we have a server and app, we do props and log yes props, we here and here, and in console we will see an object person name, not a only person name. It's a props dot. So if we wanna render right here, we need to props dot whatever we provided, person name, and now we are rendering this on a UI. And yes, this means any kind of prop we provide right here is will come in props object. Let's provide another, like age is equal to, like, let's say 55, or that 55 is enough. If we now see, uh, look at it, look at this, in object, all the data will come in object. Okay, So let's go and read over this one. Okay. This means there can be an arbitrary number of props. Values can be hard coded also. Okay, like this. Hard coded string or a result of the JavaScript expression. Like these props can be derived like, hey, I wanna provide some prop, so FJS, some other component we can do. We wanna pass a prop to other component. We can do, let's age is equal to 10 plus 10. I mean, when we const age is equal to 10 plus 10, and then we can pass a prop to another component. This is the result of evaluation of the JavaScript. So, I mean, we can pass any JavaScript evaluation result into props. We can even pass a functions in props and objects, arrays, anything we can, any kind of data or functions we can pass in props. So the props sent by component app are the values of the variables. Obviously, the result of the evaluation of some expression or regular strings where it is. The result of the evaluation of the sum expression regular string. It means we can send a JavaScript. Uh, we can send any evaluation of expression like this age 10 plus 10 20, and we can pass 20 around age around there, like this also we can calculate right here, or we can calculate right here. It doesn't matter. Component hello also log the value of object in a console, obviously. And I really hope the console open. Okay, I know this error messages we saw earlier. Prop type, this will come later. We can disable this red squiggly lines. We can disable in ESLint. Where it is, ESLint tool. I don't know how to do this. I mean, yeah, right here. I think we can do some configuration like React prop types 0 here. I think and should remove, yeah, we can remove this, but I think, yeah, we are good to go. Some nodes, we will not go to some nodes right now. Okay, we will go to props documentation provided by React, and we will learn a lot more about props. Okay, React components use props to communicate with each other. Okay, I told you earlier, React components use props to communicate with each other. Okay, data comes from parent to child to child to child via props. Okay, every parent component can pass some information to child, giving them a props. We got it. Props might remind you HTML attributes, but you can pass JavaScript values to them, including objects, arrays, and functions. Okay. Familiar props, class name, all of these are properties are props. I mean, props is I think a short name for properties. Okay, passing prop to a component. I mean, this is a component. This is a component we are importing and using, and we can pass props to a component like person name and size this way, and we will get this. I mean, if I copy this, and provide it to an app, a lot more props. I mean, we will get a two objects, object in object. If we I mean, log a prop right here, let's see, we got an object, prop object, and prop object has in nested object inside person object and then size. Okay, I mean, if we pass a object as a prop, we will get the same. I mean, we will get an object. So we can send an object via props. We got it. Okay. I mean, read props inside a child components. We can destructure them like this. I mean, or like this. Const this guy and this is equal to props. I mean, here we can write whatever props we pass. We pass the person, just the person, and I think that's fine. Okay, now we can render here, write person dot name, person dot name. Maybe we got it. I think we got it. Yeah, and even if we wanna also size, we can do like this. No, like this. Here we need fragments right now because we are messing a little with the effect, and we can do this div div size. Um, yeah, that's it. Yeah, we got a size. What is this? This one, right? Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay, okay. This is we don't need to touch. I mean, this is an image URL, and we are passing person name. We are getting the image URL by person name, and all tag as a person name, width and height, what size we provided, and we got it is rounded shape picture of some people. I don't know who they are. We are calling three times, and we are size and name. This name takes from image by name and do this. Okay, this is pretty important. I think we should go through this line by line, word by word. Props let you think about parent and child components independently. For example, you can change props or size of a props inside profile without having to think about avatar uses them, how avatar uses them. Yeah. Similarly, you can change avatar uses. I mean, this is a great level of abstraction and decoupling. I think. I mean, like OOP, nothing is tightly coupled or tightly dependent code to other. I mean, we we can use really independently things right here. I mean, you can think props like a knobs. You can adjust. Great. They serve same role as the arguments serve to function. In fact, props are only arguments in a function. Props are in your component React component function except single argument called props. Yeah, we looked here, guys. We are we are logging props, and we are getting single uh, argument prop, and prop has all the properties, but we are providing the here on component when we are calling. Okay, and let's go further. In fact, props are we got it. I think yeah. Props dot person, props dot size before. Don't miss pair of and yeah when we are destructuring. Yes, obviously, or we can do this. Both serve same purpose. Specifying default for a prop. If you want to give a prop a default value fallback, okay, we can add a default values. Okay, if default value is undefined, if we are providing undefined in a prop, then default value will kick out, rather than if we are using null or zero, and it will not kick out and it will not work. It will just use these things, not our default one. I mean, we can examine this really easily. I mean, size is, I can say null. And null will be rendered right here, and nothing will be rendered right here. If we check why, yeah, nothing will be rendered. Even if we give a size, default size of 100, okay, nothing will be rendered obviously because null is getting rendered. And if we give 0 right here, then 0 will be rendered. If we give undefined, and then 100 will be rendered. Okay, yeah, we examine this. Let go. Following props with a spread syntax. Okay, what is this? I mean, we have a bunch of props, more than one, and we wanna forward these props. I mean, we don't wanna write this messy code. We can do this dot props. Okay, tape props, forward props via spread operators. Okay, here things get some little bit more interesting, I think. It's common to nest built-in browser tags like this, and we can also nest JSX components also. And if we wanna access this in a card, we have a special prop named children. Okay, like this. Okay, if we copy this, I mean avatar.js, let's think we should do this exercise. Okay, I mean this React app is really specific to full stack open art React documentation. So I wanna do what? I wanna do one more React app which is for like experimenting or playing on React docs. Okay, wanna go back to full stack open, or I think I should stay in full stack open. No. I mean, it will be pushed to GitHub and examined by full stack open people, and I shouldn't mess with this. I should do what? Docs. Okay. And I forgot we command we create atli test, I think, but I love cognitive things. Beat or white, whatever you want to say. No internet. Yeah, we test. I mean, I personally use a TypeScript for now, but For now, I will use yes. React docs. If I'm using React docs, I will use React. Mm, yes. Go cd React docs and npm while I should use some stuff. I should kill this guy. No, not. I don't want to kill basically. Mm, yeah, I will use both of them side by side. Both project. npm is happening. Let's little bit dogs or that I think. And this children one I wanna really see in code. I mean, it will be really helpful for me and others also. So. Mm, dogs. Nothing. Hey, well, I created an app. Don't say it. I created an app. What's happening? ls. Okay, direct directory. Okay, yeah, docs. No, I'll not kill this one now. Kill this terminal. Kill this terminal. Keep it open and pin run dev. We can create a mess right here now comfortably because this is not official repository for full stack open and I mean we can do anything right here. We can play how much we want. I mean let's do first of all do this. Okay, now let's copy this code. I mean copy why copy I think I should do create my own one. Okay. Yes. Here's the avatar. Avatar and yeah, in there. I mean, what kind of error you seen? Invalid JSX syntax. Who said you this is invalid JSX syntax? I think they're demanding to write JSX, not JS maybe. Now, what do you think? Hey, what's happening? If there is an error, where to reload a resource? Yeah. Beat was messed up a little bit. Okay, we got an avatar, and what we wanna do, we want an avatar and in avatar we have some image rendering here. Let's copy this image address. Okay, and in avatar let's do img, I think, and associated keyboard. What all? Cool, cool image. Now, I mean, yeah, this lady came in, and now what I wanna do, I wanna add, let's say, a border around it. I mean, a wrapper around it with add a border. Okay. Now I need some card component. Yes, and my one keyboard button is not working. My keyboard is pretty expensive. I don't want to change it, so I will do X these days. Okay, we will wrap this in card, avatar, avatar. Okay. Now in card, we are getting some special props, props. We are getting this. I mean, special. Let's say we will render this props dot children. I think. Yeah, props dot children. Okay. Now this children is this guy. This one. Let me write. Uh, I think this one. Okay, keep in mind this one is children of this. Uh, this is a card component. Okay, this is a card component which add up some border. Let's say it will add a border. This is style and border, and the X solid red maybe. Where is that color? It's adding a border. Okay, so this is card component. This is adding a red border. Let's make it no, make it red. And here is a sorry. Here is a small image or avatar. Okay. This is a child of this. Okay, this is a direct children of this. This is children. This is children. Okay, you got it, I think. And let's go further. How props change over time. The clock component below receives two props, color and time. It represents, what is this, text, avatar, children card. What I did right here, they're trying to do this way. I think this one for me is more easier than this. But this is card and children. Wow, this is more phenomenally easier to understand. Okay, this immutability and mm, I don't want to skip dogs, but let's say the clock components will receive two props from its parent, color and time, and the parent component code is omitted because it uses state. Okay, if it's omitted, how do I understand whole context and whole code or whole purpose? But I think they are just trying to understand, make something for, under, they're trying to make some point right here to we understand just props fundamentals or props core idea. The example illustrates that component may receive different props over time. Obviously, props are not always static. The time prop change every second and color prop change when you select another color. Props reflect components data at any point of time rather than only at the beginning. It means when we pass the props, it means it's not a final data. They can be dynamic. Okay. However, props are immutable. Immutable means a term from computer science meaning unchangeable. When a component needs to change its props, for example, in response user interactions or a new data, I will have to ask its parent component to pass it a different prop. Ah, what it means. A new object, a old prop will then cast aside and eventually JavaScript engine will reclaim the memory taken by them. Don't try to change props when you need to respond user input like you will use state. Okay, these couple of lines at least this from here. When a component needs to change its prop, I think I should go to ChatGPT for now. Or yeah, I think I should. Let's go to GPT and try to understand from React docs not making any sense to me. Okay. React props short for properties or values passed from recent. Okay, we know. Component once component receive a prop, it cannot change them itself. Let's say we have a child component that displays a message prop. Okay, message prop. Okay, now a parent component. Okay, the parent component sends hello card as a prop to child. The child component receives and displays, but child cannot modify message. Yeah, are you sure? Let's try. Type. I don't use TypeScript for now. Let's do a couple of things. Let's delete these books and message message.jsx. Oh, not yet. Child. And show message will be good name. Show message. Mm, show message. I should export before export. Show message. Passing error. Why? Export or okay. Parent. I mean, what he's trying to say is, I mean, parent, we will call right here show message, and we are sending a property message. Message is equal to hello. We will see hello right here. But he said we cannot change a prop, right? Message is equal to voila. Voila. We are changing. We are changing, man. Who said? And who said we cannot change? If you want to change a prop, you will click the parent has update program. But it's working if I change this one. Who's stopping me? You're right, you can technically reassign inside a function, however, it's a bad practice. So it's not immutability, I think. It's just forcing immutability. It means it's not true immutability. It's just forceful practice. We can do object.freeze to enforce. So let's search React props are not immutable. I mean, let's no React props are. I mean, all of them are props immutability. Let's read this one. May help us. Help us. This one also might be help us. Mm. And this is, I mean, this is type error cannot reassign. I'm not getting this. I mean, forcing this way. I mean, if this is happening, then immutability should is a thing, but we are not getting right here any kind of error. I think we will use when TS and it might be this happen. No, get going. Or we use prop types, then might be props immutability and one-way data flow. Oh boy, I should read all of this. I think how long this is, but this will teach me the concept I'm trying to learn today. Let's go. Okay. This is not good. This one is, I think, what we are looking for. Let's go through this one by one. Hmm. This guy is pretty cool. I think he shared how much articles more he wrote. Oh wow, OOP. Beginner guide. Oh, I think a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge. Yeah, this we will read this later. I think I should bookmark this guy. Also, check out his repository GitHub. I mean, he's teaching a lot of stuff. Some of it might be helpful to me. Let me check his portfolio. Some more. His portfolio is great. I mean, I don't care for now, and let's read this one. Don't wanna go in rabbit hole. 6 minute read. It will not 6 minute take for me, I think. So now we already know what props are. Yeah, I also know, by the way, and how to use them in a practice. In practice, okay. Let's quickly review them and even learn some important additional things about props. Basically, props are data flow, I think. I mean data flow related thing, and we should really care about props. I mean, they pass data from one component to other components, like buses pass passengers from one city to another city. So as we just learned, we use props in React to pass the data from parent components to child components. So essentially, props are information down the component tree. Yes, yes, there are component cool component tree. Okay. This means that essentially we use props to communicate between parent and child. Okay, reviewing props. Props are called Props are used to pass data from parent components to child components down the component tree. Okay, is the app is a parent. App has a three children: header, menu, footer. From menu has some data, three kind of data, and he's passing three data to other one, pizza, and other kind of data. And footer has some prop, and he is uh, passing through down data to order component. Therefore, props are essential React tool to configure and also customize components. So we can imagine props as the settings that we can use to make parent component to control its child. Wow. I mean, like knobs we read earlier. Components should look like how it should work. Reviewing props used to pass data from parent to child, essential to configure and customize children like function parameters. With props, parents component control how child component look and work. Okay, so that regard, props are just like arguments past regular JavaScript function. By the way, React component is a special JavaScript function which spits out a JSX, and arguments are props. So also we can pass anything into JavaScript function, right? So we can pass arrays, anything into via props to one component to other component. He's trying to say this, but I'll read these three more lines. And so the same actually true for prop. We can pass any type of value as a props. So we can pass a single value array function, even other React components, which is really powerful technique that we will explore bit later. Okay, this is what he said above. I'll skip this. Anything? Okay. Okay. So those are fundamentals of props in React, and but let's go dig a little bit deeper. This is what I want. But therefore we do that, we need to first keep a step back. So this is point of a lecture. We already learned about components, appearance, and its logic. So by writing both JSX and JavaScript logic inside component, okay, now, I have also been saying since the beginning of the course, React render a component based on its current data. That UI will always kept in sync with data. Okay, right? But now it's time to get more specific about what data actually is. Data logic appearance. Eh, so data. Two things, props and state. A component contain data in two separate containers or properties. One is state, we will read this or we will learn about this later, and one is prop. We are focusing right now on props. So data in React render. So this data that React uses to render uses here should be okay. Component is made out of props and state. Actually, there are even more types of data, but what matters now, props and state. What you mean? I mean, React is fully depending on state. Anything on UI data is shown in state or props. What else? Okay, this made me a little more curious. This one, more types of data. What more types of data? Let's go further. And by the way, we'll see it later. No, state is basically internal component data. I mean, we don't know about state right now yet. We skip this. Props are read only. This is main concerning point. Props is data coming from outside and you can only update by parent component. But it's not super forceful right here. No one is forcing me to do this. Okay? But it's a practice. If we want to make props fully immutable, might we need to use TypeScript and make it read-only when we are passing, and somehow they will then immutable at code level. And this brings us one few strict rules that React give us. These are rules, not, I mean, restrictions. Okay, which is that props are immutable. Props are not immutable, but we should treat them as a immutable. What I think. So they cannot be. They can be changed, but we shouldn't be changed. Okay, they are read only. They are not read only. We should consider them as a read only, I think. So if at any point you feel like you need to mutate props, actually what you need to is a state. I mean, from parent component, we will mutate state. By the way, why don't do this? It means we can do this, but we should not do this. But why actually props are immutable? I mean, props are not immutable. Let's talk with DeepSeek a little bit about this. What's that about? No, no, I'm not interested right now. Or let's talk to ChatGPT, but with reasoning capability. Reason or React props truly immutable or it's just a rule we should follow. Hmm, it's a rule we should follow. I mean, let's mean to by design you should never modify. They are passed from blah, 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 blah. Technically, JavaScript doesn't enforce the process. However, changing props can be led to unpredictable behaviors. But I mean, what I was saying, I mean, why this guy is then saying, why everyone on the internet saying props are immutable? They are not immutable, baby. We should treat them as immutable. Let's go to someone else. I don't trust ChatGPT a lot. By the way, a new thing ChatGPT do a lot of hallucination, but in old things, I think it shouldn't. But I shouldn't trust on one resource. That's why I was trying to hit up YouTube. Oh my timer. Let's take a small break. No, mm, I'll end the break and start break time skip. And yes, let's go. Let's go to DeepSeek. DeepSeek AI chat on DeepSeek.com. Hmm. Let's tell him a same question. And don't search. Internet is full of foolish people. Maybe thinking. I don't think this much. Hmm. We can do read only and then the TypeScript is well, but this is a pattern. This is not a forceful immutability. Let's tackle this question. Go. Yeah, can do these two things, but I mean, I want treated as by convention rather than being strictly enforced by React itself. However, technical perspective, JavaScript behavior. Props are plain JavaScript object, non-primitive values. If prop is a non-primitive value, you can technically mutate it directly. Doesn't prevent you. However, you can be altered in the parent. Unidirectional data flow. This will gonna go deep. Yes, I mean we can, but we should not. The metaphor of whole discussion. I think we can, but we should not. Let's go a bit more deeper in. I mean, unidirectional data flow also. So we end up with a great understanding of data flow and props in React components. Prop is a data coming from outside and it can only be updated by parent. It should, yeah. State is internal data, internal memory of component. Okay. Props are read-only, they are immutable. This is one of the React strict rules. It's not, they are mutable, but we should treat them as immutable. This is the best practice. Why? Mutating props would affect parent, creating side effect, not pure. Components are pure function. This is a functional programming concept. I mean, it means a function takes a data and spit out a same output, should not do any mutation inside, should not do any kind of side effects inside a function. Okay, yeah, avoid bugs. Well, to start, props are just an object. Therefore, if you change the props object in your component, you would also affect parent component because that's just how objects work in JavaScript. So when you copy an object and mutate the copy, the original object also be mutated. Now if you change an object that is located outside of a component function, that function has created a so-called side effect. In general, a side effect happens whenever you change some data that's located outside of the current function. The React whole it's all about pure functions, function without side effects, at least when about components data. So components have to be pure in terms of their props and state because this allows React to optimize your application and avoid some strange bugs that can appear when you manipulate external data. So this means one-way data flow. I mean, from parent, any props come to child. Child cannot mutate data, so all the data is a single source of truth is a parent. Ex- and in fact, we can extend this idea of immutability to React development in general. So component should never mutate any data we write outside of its function scope, like in this example here. And now to finish, it's important to understand the React uses so-called one-way data flow. Now, what does that have to do with props? One-way data flow, data from go from top to down, okay, from parent to child and from child to another child to another child. Okay, well, in simple terms, one-way data flow means React application data is only pass from parent to child component, which happens by using props. So in other words, data can flow from parent to children, but never opposite way. And therefore, we have one-way data flow. So from top to bottom of the component tree. Now, this may sound obvious to you, but other frameworks such as Angular actually employ two-way data flow. So, if you know one of those frameworks already, this might quite a change for you. I don't know Angular or Vue, any other UI framework. I know HTML, CSS, Raw, and React. Nothing else. I am trying to explore solid JS and Svelte maybe later in the career, but not right now. But there's actually reason or a multiple reason why React uses one variant of flow. Predictable, easier to debug. Okay, I mean unidirectional. The first, it makes application more predictable. These are benefits. So there is actually very clever way to do. Okay, that sounds great, but you might be wondering what if you actually wanted to pass some data, for example, some state up to the parent. Really clever way to do this, but we will learn about it later. Specific to not far away and more library. Okay, if we wanna send data from child to parent, kind of, we can do a lifting state up kind of thing. I shouldn't explore right now. Later we will. Lists might be. I mean, later thing. Mm, Unidirectional data flow in React. I mean, I wanna again. I think I should not go through this. I mean, docs are enough right now. Possible as some notes. React has been configured. I mean, we I came back because we did so deeper, and I don't want to waste more time. I'm not waste basically, but I don't want to use more time digging into unidirectional data flow. After completing these exercises today, we will understand unidirectional data flow basically because I think this is a core concept of data flow in React components and in React library as a whole. And I should really understand data flow because data is a new oil. Some notes, I don't think notes are good now for me. Let's skip. The console should always be open. Okay, browser reports error, and I know we already mentioned do console logs. Okay, first letter of component must be capitalized. Okay, okay, go. Do not render objects. Consider an application that prints the names of ages of people. Why React cannot do this? I mean, consider an application that print names of and ages of our friends on screen. Okay, I mean, let's copy this and go to this is an app component. Yeah, this is introduction. This is apps. Oh, and if we come up here and we will see nothing. let's go there and try to understand. However, nothing appears on the screen. I have been trying to find a problem, but no problem. Look at the console, no one error. Objects are not a valid React child. Let's search this. Irrelevant. I don't want why this error appears. Uh, I mean, React objects are not valid React child because React cannot render chat.dc.com. What's the React internal? What's behind this error? I mean about React. What's going on? Code works. He's thinking, let's promise. The core problem with objects are not any application tries to render an object and fails again. Okay, we should not render objects. We can fix it, okay. But the question is, not this, not we shouldn't, why it works like this. Okay. I think React eventually converted into JSX eventually converted into DOM elements, and are the DOM elements are really uh, I mean primitives are one node at a time, and object has a multiple properties. That's why I think that's it. Reaction children must be renderable. Okay, renderable mean React requires all children passed. React requires that all children passed to components or rendered in JSX must be resolved. Valid React node. What is valid React node? Let's see. Primitive values. Okay, object is not primitive. It means not so React throws error. This is enough. I think this is enough. I should not go through this. The counter answer is just object is not a valid React node. Why it is not a valid React node? I mean, this is pretty. Why? I think we should not dig deeper right now. But what I conclude by this is, I mean, all the JSX end up to HTML nodes, and HTML nodes need typically primitive data, and object is not a primitive data, so it cannot be rendered. Why object is not a valid React node? By the way, this is enough. This is enough for now. Do not render objects with exercises. Exercises. don't need to read this. Okay, we should accept. Okay, new application root full circle. Okay, let's copy this guy and paste it. And now, okay. Now they will. I know what they'll say. Say what? Okay, next and remove also remove directory assets. Okay, evidence this and directory. I deleted like a goodbye. Unfortunately, the entire application is in a same component. Yes, refactor code, so that consists three: header, content, and total. Okay, this is the exercise. Oh wow, let's do header dot jsx content dot js and total dot js. Total dot js. These three guys, they should be in src where I will come here for a little bit, making my directories clean. I don't mess up. Okay, let's go. Now what to do? Do not program all components concurrently. What do you mean? Okay, content and total. What this will be total and content will be this. I mean, header. This will be header. Okay, this is header. Okay, this is header. Then a content. All of this is a content, and this is result. Okay, I think this is result. Okay, three things. Okay, then we will in exercise 2 we will refactor a content component. Okay, got it. I'll take a really small break and I'm coming back soon and we'll do exercise. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Mm, so back, and let's do an exercise. I understood the exercise, and now it's time to just execute. First, we will go to header and do define a component. And yes, we got a header component, and now we will call header right here and pass a props. Course is equal to course. Now we don't need this line, and we'll go to header and props 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 dot course. We are good to go. Huh, we are good to go. I mean, we should use h1. I think here h1 h1. No, hashtag development, and now we will do this all of these to content content and we'll pass and copy all of this and paste right here. I think yes, so this will do little bit start yelling at me, but eventually it'll be fine. Counter none content. Okay, this is content, and now we need to pass a lot of props. I think part1 is equal to part1 2 is equal to part part3 is equal to part3. Oh, what I did, part3, and exercise 1 is equal to exercise 1, exercise 2 is equal to exercise 2. Again, same mistake. No problem. Kids make mistakes. Exercise 3 is equal to exercise. Okay, I can get rid of all of some of these and go to content. Right now, this time I will do a destructuring. Part 2, part 3, exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, and it's working fine right now. Okay, and the third thing, this footer. Total, sorry, total. I think I didn't define a component right now. Let's do a little small thing. Cut all this and paste total and pass bring total no exercise 1 exercise 1. I mean, why not copy all of these? Paste right here, just saving a little bit of time. right? What I did wrong. What need coverage here? And we are good to go right now, I think. Yes. And hands first exercise is completed. I mean, we should get. Uh, I think I have published this. Let's see dot MB intro demo into part 1, I think. And let's now not move. Why? Okay, part 1 and intro demo is moved. CD dot and as RF internet part 1 internet. We are sending a module and all of this I should get ignored. Non modules are ignored. And by the way, I want to push the changes, but why? Get status on your branch is up to date. How it is up to date? Git add dot. For exercise 1.1. Yeah. Exercise 1.1. Complete. Git push. Why I'm not seeing the color stuff? Let's do another exercise for now until it uploads. Full stack open. Here is full stack open. Full stack open. One intro demo right now. Okay, I got it. Let's do second one. Okay, okay. npm run dev. Now, okay, refresh it. Refresh me, refresh me, refresh me, refresh me. It's some refreshing. 573. Failed to resolve. Does file exist? Who is telling you to find these files and where you are finding these index.csv? I don't know. No, but okay. Okay. App. Okay. No. Look at the props. Props are coming from parent to child, other child somehow, and this is a unidirectional data flow. And now the second exercise is to really, I mean, more make small pieces of this. Okay, part one, part two, part three. Okay, let's create a component part one dot jsx part two dot jsx and part three dot jsx. Okay, let's add x now. It might think let's go to header node content and here cut this and go to part one render right here. I mean, let's go to content and call a part one and props part one part is exercise one and you are part two and okay content copy bunch of time one to two right here one two two and okay three this one and paste part two and now one thing is remaining in part three. Let's say really small but time taking exercise. Content and copy this, cut this and paste it right here. Part three exercise three. What's wrong with part one? Okay, but, we didn't got stop. That's why. And now everything is fine. Not here, but here. Everything is fine. And we can do. I mean, yes. So we are our application passes information in a quite primitive way at the moment since it is based on individual variables. We shall fix that in part 2, but before that let's go to 1b to learn about JavaScript. Okay, what we learn about JavaScript. I mean this will explore it later. Now we will do git add dot git omit my Let's learn about JavaScript. I think today is a bit late. We're getting a bit late, and tomorrow we will learn about JavaScript. And now I will speed up my learning journey a little bit. And tomorrow we will do JavaScript and component state. I don't think we will be able to do. I will be able to do this because component state is, I think, pretty much critical topic of React, base core topic, and I should spend at least a day on this. I mean, day mean 2 to 3 hours. So tomorrow maybe just we complete JavaScript. The original plan was today, but I think I can't. Okay, this is enough for today. Next day we will do JavaScript, then this one, and then this one, and then our part one. Oh, this is also uh, pretty. I mean, this will take might be 2 days. So for now, this is it, and we will meet just another day.